man. 500 motherfucking dollars, man. 500 motherfucking dollars, man. 500 goddamn dollars. 500 motherfucking dollars. 500 motherfucking dollars. 500 goddamn dollars. 500 motherfucking dollars, man. 500, man, Mob, don't you tell me what it be like sometimes, nigga. We ain't sharing in this loss together. 500 motherfucking dollars. Y'all gonna have to deal with me in the dark right now because, goddamn it, y'all gonna have to deal with me in the goddamn dark. Because 500 motherfucking dollars. 500 fucking dollars. 500 goddamn dollars. And my pride, my heart, my soul. Oh, you get it out now, motherfuckers. Just get it out now, because y'all ain't gonna see me for a while. So y'all better get it all out now while you can, because I don't know shit about boxing. So go ahead and tell me all the shit I don't know about boxing right fucking now, because I don't want to hear it no more. Because after this, I'm going on a long fucking vacation. 500 motherfucking dollars. Park me on the hospital bed right next to this motherfucker so I can hold his hand because I need some goddamn healing. Fuck what niggas is talking about. 500 goddamn dollars, man. 500 motherfucking dollars. Get it out now, motherfuckers. Get it out now, you motherfuckers. You better get it out now. 500 motherfucking dollars. 500 goddamn dollars. 500 motherfucking dollars. Get it out now, you sons of bitches. Get it out now, man. Something, man, I don't give a fuck what nobody say, man, and I ain't even being a sore loser, because, man, man, that nigga did that shit, man. Take my hats off to Ray No So and fucking Oscar Valdez, as much as that shit is like fucking swallowing crushed glass, but at the end of the goddamn day, that nigga didn't look right. That motherfucker didn't throw fucking... he threw 11 punches in the fucking first round. He threw maybe 13 punches in the second round. I don't know. That nigga didn't look right at all. That motherfucker didn't... He just... It was... Everything about him was off. 500 goddamn dollars. Something wasn't right, man. I don't care what nobody say. Even when he had... Like, you see where you going wrong, and you fix it. You see where you going wrong and you fix it. He wasn't doing shit but getting beat by the jab with the quicks. So you close the distance, you take it away from him. Every time he was inside and when he started having success, he went right back to mid-range. Something wasn't right. I don't care what nobody tell me. I don't care what nobody got to say. I probably ain't gonna look at these. $500. All right, motherfuckers, I'm here. You motherfuckers. Man, look, man. I'm broke, man. I just lost $500 tonight. I just lost 500 fucking dollars. I just lost $500. What the fuck? He was chasing him on the line all night, lunging with the straight, lunging with the hook. He wasn't even closing off the ring, wasn't even using proper foot placement. All he did was chase. Like, I understand he got clipped in the temple. He lost his legs. He didn't even try to clinch. He just went, like, yo, I'm telling you, I know my fighter, man. Something wasn't right, dog. I hope this nigga believe in rematch clauses, but after an ass whooping like that, he probably don't even want to run that shit back. I take my hats off to Eddie Reynoso. I take my hats off to Oscar Valdez, man. I can eat shit too sometimes, I guess. Fuck it, man. But 500 goddamn dollars. When I bet shit like that, I don't plan on losing. Something wasn't right, man. Not like on no Deontay Wilder, I'm living in denial shit. But if you watch him, and you watch his patterns, and you watch the way he fights, that shit wasn't it, man. Like, it made no sense. I can't make no sense of it, man. Maybe it's from the shell shock. I don't even know, bro. I don't even know. I can eat crow on a prediction, but that shit was like way beyond whoa. Like it, it makes no. I'm still like, can we just go ahead? Can I just jump in the phone booth? Somebody find Bill and Ted, wherever the fuck they phone booth at. Let me jump in it. Let me go back to about 4 hours ago before I made my prediction video. Maybe God just don't like me tonight or something. Maybe that's my fault for gambling on my favorite fight. I don't fucking know, but something wasn't right. I don't fucking get it. I don't know. So go ahead and get it all out. I ain't not, man, that fucking, he got clipped on that temple, man. He got clipped on the temple, man. I don't get it, man. I really don't. I really don't get it. I don't know. It made no sense to me. It made no sense to me. No sense to me. No sense whatsoever. I'm so lost right now. That is not the Miguel Burchelt I know. Like, for real, I could cry right now, but I ain't no little bitch or nothing like that. I'm just saying, man. It's hard to watch somebody go down like that, man. He ain't quit or nothing like that, but bruh, like, oh my God, man. He got like that. Oh my God. Like, whoa. Like, this one was devastating because I actually care about that fighter. Like, damn. Damn. I'm trying to tell you, something was not right, bro. What was, like, somebody, man, look, I'm telling y'all, bro, he did not, from the first round all the way up to the third. I've never seen him fight like that in my life. In my life, bro. Maybe people, maybe people knew what I didn't know. Maybe I'm just the foolish, overzealous one. I don't know, but I just don't understand. Some man, look, man. Who ordered them pizzas last night? Who ordered them Hawaiian pizzas? Even with the stand switching, even with the stand switching and popping the jab. When he realized he was losing the speed, even when he realized he was losing the speed battle, when he closed the distance and was finding success, he jumped right back to range. And he was getting abused. He was chasing them around. There were times where he even hurt him. There were times where he even had him hurt and had him reeling. And I'm like, so, oh my, I can't, like, yo, that shit was so painful. I don't even want to watch it. I don't even want to watch it again. I don't even want to watch it again. I just, I'm not saying nobody rigged nothing. I'm not no LDBC. I'm not no LDBC thinking like I don't move by the LDBC philosophy or nothing like that. But all I'm saying is, if anybody watched that dude fight the way I watched this dude fight over and over and over again, I've never seen him look like that. I've never seen him look like that. And I understand a fighter will take something away from you, but like, nah, man. Like he didn't close the gap. He kept the man. Look, he didn't he didn't do, like, what the hell was going on? Something wasn't right, dog. Like, I'm happy for Oscar Valdez too, and Eddie Reynoso, but I'm telling you what I know, dog, and I'm not putting no excuses on top of nothing. I lost my money. I lost my $500. That's that. I'm not making no excuses for dude, but I'm telling you, if you watch him fight, something didn't look right. Even when he made the adjustments, he didn't stick to the adjustments. He had, like, when it was, anytime that fight was close range, he had him. He had him bending all the way over and stuff. He never attacked the body. He never attacked the body. You tell me one Miguel Burchell fight you watch where he don't attack the body. If you can't catch the head, what's the first thing you do? You go to the body because the body don't move. I'm not making no excuses. I swear to God. He just did not look right. This dude throws 82 punches around. He was only throwing 11. He was not stifled like that. Not in the first 2 rounds. He caught the first equilibrium shot in the third. It didn't make no sense to me. And look, we all know this dude isn't defensive. We all know he was never the most defensively responsible dude. But what I'm saying is, I never saw him attack the body once. I never saw him use a combination. He did not commit to an attack. Not until his noodles got rocked. And then when I started feeling like he was finding the answer in the 5th and 6th round, like I said, when he was closing the distance, he laid up off of it. I said that. Can't nobody say I'm making excuses because, man, I gave that man his roses. I said, yo, I got a whole newfound respect for Oscar Valdez, that performance, Eddie Reynoso. I shitted on them all. And I give them all their respect. God damn, that boy went out there and he performed, man. But I know my guy, bro. I know my guy. And I don't show favoritism on no tier. I'm giving that nigga his roses. He did what he had to do. I will never say that this nigga was drugged or nothing like that. But even when people were saying that he looked bad at the weigh-in, I'm like, shit, he always malnourished at the weigh-in. He always malnourished at the weigh-in. I'm talking about the attack. It wasn't there at all. Like, he did not throw. He was not throwing no punches, bro. Before he was hurt, he wasn't throwing no punches, bro. Like, I don't know what it is, man. He's not that slow of a starter. Even if Diallo, even if he's a slow starter, bro, he's an 81 punch per round fighter. No matter who he fight. That's not the first time he fought somebody like Oscar Valdez. That's not the first time. If we want to be honest, Francisco Vargas got a better attack and is better than Oscar Valdez as far as a boxer, and he fought him better than that. It looked like, I can't explain it. It was a whole ass whooping. Like I said, park me on a stretcher right next to him and let me hold his hand because, look, I'm physically and mentally beat right now. Because even the ass whooping he could have taken, because, I'm like, I understand. Niggas gonna take their ass whoopings. Niggas is gonna take their ass whoopings, but I am lost. Like, I am lost. And I'm a guy that pretty much thinks I know some look, I am not no freaking dummy when it come to, like, my picks. Not on that level. Like, no, I could have never saw that. Can't none of y'all motherfuckers sit here and say y'all could have saw that either. Other than a couple of people. Everybody I talked to, nobody picked that dude to knock him out. They picked it to go by decision. Y'all couldn't even tell me y'all saw that from Miguel Burchell. I'm telling you, 11 punches around, you're 70 punches under your average. You didn't make the adjustments. The temple shot, I understand, that throws you off. You can't really hear that and every shit ringing, all of that. But even when he got it together, once again, when he found success, he just laid up like, I don't get it, man. Shit, help me, shit. Oh, don't even come in here with that bullshit. That motherfucking mindset and the power of Eddie Reynoso was real. Hell nah, that motherfucking clenbuterol is real. It's like, I ain't man, look, man, I'm telling you. Rematch clause. Rematch clause. Rematch clause. Rematch clause. Something. I'm lost, man. Fucking Clembo. Something wasn't right, man. I don't care what nobody say. And I'm not putting it on no water. I ain't putting it on nothing. I'm putting it on because there was somebody said something to me on Twitter. He was like, bro, he was like, you picking him to beat him in 3? I was like, hell yeah, he gonna smoke this boy boots. I'm like, man, if anybody know the Berchelt I know, he gonna smoke this boy boots. I said that. I said that several times. Sergio, you on Twitter with me. You saw me say, if you was on Twitter, you saw me say, the better man won. I never said on Twitter, something was wrong with this dude or nothing like that. But I have to sit up here and look. It's like this. If you sprint and you run a 40-yard dash and you average a 4.3, 4.40 and you run a 4.7, like the next day, I would have to be like, you know what? This nigga a little off right here. And all I'm saying is, when I'm saying he a little off, that's the thing about boxing. Hard-nosed boxers ain't gonna make no excuses. I'm not making no excuses for him. So when you have an off night, it's an off night. But it's no different than when we watched Anthony Joshua hit the canvas or whatever, and we were sitting there like, man, something wasn't right. Something wasn't right. Even in the fashion he lost tonight, if they was to go have that rematch again, I still would pick Berchelt. I swear to God. I still would pick Berchelt. I don't care what nobody say. I still would pick Berchelt. Man, I hope they believe in rematch clauses. I want my $500 back because I know this nigga ain't going to bet with nobody but Valdez. I wouldn't pick him nowhere. All I'm saying is, if you run a 4.340, and then all of a sudden you end up running a 4.8, I gotta question some shit. That's all. But man, somebody take me to the nutty house, man. Somebody take me to the nutty house. Two Hands Johnny quoted today, don't worry, I've got something for Miss Two Hands. Man, that nigga ain't got nothing for me. Niggas take, dog, like, I'm not in the ring fighting. It's better if I'm betting on myself. That's a gamble. That's why you call it gambling. You know what I mean? Yeah, a little dude. All I'm saying is, man, niggas don't run 4.3s and then just run 4.8s the next day, bro. So all I'm saying is, come back in the rematch. You got the rematch clause. I'm still gonna pick them because, like I said, I don't see niggas running 4.3s and then they run a 4.8 and then next thing you know, them niggas is just like that nigga ran a 4.8 tonight, y'all. He ran a 4.8 and he got his ass whooped. Like, you know, Michael Johnson used to be that nigga till Usain Bolt came around. You know what I mean? Michael Jordan was that nigga, and then next thing you know, LeBron came around. Like, shit happens, bro. This nigga went out there and he did everything he was supposed to do, and I take nothing away from that nigga, and I got a hell of a video coming for him after this. Like, but it ain't coming for like a week. Fuck y'all. I'm not doing Reaper Gang Radio for y'all motherfuckers on Monday. Y'all can kiss my ass. I don't like none of y'all motherfuckers. For real. I don't like none of y'all niggas, man. At this point in my life, I don't like none of y'all motherfuckers. On God and them. I don't get it, man. You just don't run a 4.340, man, and run a 4.8. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. And as far as Tommy Girl concerned, you can't take an Oscar Valdez with a neck like that deflate me. I'm deflated because I lost $500. I'm going whoop on Johnny ass 20 times worse just because Berchelt got beat up. Wait till you see what I do to his fat ass this week. What the fuck? Like, what the fuck, dog? Like, I'm serious, bro. I'm serious. You go out there, if you a weightlifter, you benching 500, and you go in the gym the next day and you can't lift up 100 pounds, I'm going to scratch my fucking head. How the hell did anybody think me and Johnny was cool after the shit he been doing? Come on, man. Get y'all shit together. Y'all act like y'all don't be paying attention to what's going on in the boxing. Y'all act like y'all don't be paying attention to what's going on in YouTube. Y'all tell me more shit about what's going on with me than I know. Nah, I ain't gonna say he got his ass whooped worse than Wilder, because that nigga Wilder just straight up, that nigga was getting hammered all over the fucking floor. That nigga Wilder couldn't even put up an attack. Wilder didn't hit that nigga with one flush punch. You know what I'm saying? And here's the thing. Here's another thing that was telling, but I would never say that because, once again, I'm always gonna ride for my dude. When a nigga said, you know, I've been struggling making 130. He said I've been struggling making 130. And then, you know what I mean, the threshold limit was like 133 pounds, and he said it's been real hard for him to make it. I said, well, that could be a flag. That could be a flag. And then when Youngin said to me, he was like, yo, the combination of him having COVID-19 and then COVID-19 and the weight and the weigh-in, that made me question Slim. I was like, shit, man, my man still gonna knock this motherfucker the fuck out, man. Like, I felt like I got my ass whooped tonight. My pockets got their ass whooped, kinda. But I truly felt like I got my ass whooped tonight. Like, I felt like somebody beat me up like that. So now I got to be the bully and I got to whoop somebody's ass. I'm about to line Fat Boy up. I'm about to fuck Fat Boy up, man. I'm about to fuck Fat Boy up on some smooth G shit. Man, you know what I'm saying? Like, look, he could take this as a moral victory. He could take this as a moral victory. But at the end of the day, I'm fucking you up. You getting fucked up. Burchelt might have got fucked up, but I'm fucking you up way worse than that. On behalf of Burchelt, I'm fucking you up. Man, Ricardo Martinez missed me with that bullshit, man. I ain't making no excuses for nobody. But like I said, when a nigga run a 4-3 and a nigga come out there and run a 4-9, I got to question some shit. Because if his punch output would have even been a little bit more than that, I would have been like, you know what? All right, I can dig it. I can dig it. You know what I mean? I look at most of his fights, dog. Niggas is wilting. Niggas is wilting by the 5th and 6th round. Niggas is wilting by the 5th and 6th round. By all of the shots this nigga is throwing. Just combos on top of combos. I did not see this man attack the body once. I saw motherfucking this nigga get hit in the face with so many fucking jabs, man, and not make one fucking adjustment. Like he was Oscar Valdez tonight. Like, for real. It was like Oscar Valdez was Burchelt and Burchelt was Valdez. God damn, that boy earned my respect tonight, man. God damn, that little nigga earned my respect, dog. That little nigga earned all my respect. When you go out there and perform like that and you beat a nigga ass like that, dog, the only way you gonna motherfucking show me set to be able to tell me anything different about a nigga like that is when he go out there and do it. Now I don't even understand how y'all bitch ass niggas feel. I really don't. All y'all bitch ass Loma fans, I don't understand how none of y'all motherfuckers feel for real, because y'all niggas is the biggest bitches in the world. I'm not the type of nigga that's gonna sit up here and make excuse for the nigga. The nigga lost. If he got a rematch clause and he get it back, he can get it back. But fuck all y'all niggas for real. All y'all can kiss my ass. I don't give a fuck if you like it or not, for real. Cause like I said, I pulled up for the punishment. But fuck that. But at the end of the day, it is nothing sideways. It is nothing sideways for an individual to look at somebody perform, because it is my job to look at tendencies. It's my job to look at tendencies. It's my job to pay attention to averages. It's my job to size niggas up and weigh in on all of this shit. So if I'm weighing in on a dude that I pay close attention to, y'all motherfuckers can't tell me if Terrence Crawford went out that joint and just got his motherfucking boot smoked by 140 pounder or some shit like that. Y'all like that. If Terrence Crawford got his boot smoked like that, y'all motherfuckers wouldn't tell me. Y'all niggas wouldn't be questioning like, damn, man, nigga, you was running a 4-3. What the fuck happened, nigga? You running a 4-9 tonight? Some bitch. At the end of the day, all I'm saying is this, bro. I'm not niggas act like it's like I'm personally taking like a L or some shit like that. The only thing that's taking an L over this motherfucker is my pocket. Motherfuckers, this is suckers pick motherfuckers. Y'all said T.O. couldn't outbox him. This is no wrong. Niggas get it wrong. Here, bro. I have to assess everything. And at the end of the day, once again, he might be my favorite. He might be one of my favorite fighters and one of the most exciting fighters for me to watch, but I don't show no favoritism, dog. I don't show no favoritism. So if you look at motherfucking, if you look at what I was putting on Twitter, all I was doing was motherfucking harping. I said, oh man, this motherfucking, the first thing I said was after I said no, $500, losing it and all of that shit. Two hands, can we get a, hey, you haters? Man, look, man. My motherfucking ass, man. They all can kiss my motherfucking ass, man. Because go on Twitter and look what I wrote about dude. Before everybody sit up here and say talk shit, talking about I'm making excuses like I'm on some Deontay Wilder shit. Because y'all motherfuckers gonna piss me off with that shit. For real. I'll really start cussing motherfuckers out. Y'all niggas in this bitch trying to treat me like I'm some LDBC member or something like that. For real. Niggas can motherfucking, man, look, man. Don't do that. Don't do that, because then we seriously gonna have problems. Because how many times y'all motherfuckers get it the fuck wrong? And be monster motherfucking stuck with balls all in your throat on these niggas, man. Like, don't treat me like I'm some motherfucking fanboy or something like that. Fuck that shit. I'm not gonna accept that shit from y'all motherfuckers, man. Because y'all motherfuckers know me better than that. That's some bullshit. That's some bullshit. I'm not gonna accept that shit from y'all. Y'all know that shit ain't cool. Like, at the end of the day, dog, the nigga, like, yo, I give, like, Valdez all his motherfucking respect. And I give motherfucking Miguel Burchell his motherfucking respect because the nigga was willing to go out there on his shield fighting. He kept on fighting. Whatever the fuck he was fighting through, whether it was motherfucking, like, whether it was just his temple being shot because he got blasted in that bitch twice, knocked off. He got blasted in that joint a couple times. Maybe he just couldn't hear his fucking coaching. Maybe I know he's a stingy fighter in the sense if you touch him, he has to feel like he touched you back. So maybe, you know what I'm saying, when he was in the fifth or whatever, maybe he started running him down on the line based on for that or something, but I can't understand the punch output. I'm talking about before and after. Because once again, 81 to 11. 81, 11. I don't get it. I don't get that shit. But you know, every fighter has an off night. Every fighter has an off night. Does that mean I'm gonna stop riding for that nigga? Fuck no, that's still my man, dog. Pick yourself up and come back again. Because the one thing I can say about that shit is, when a nigga outclass you, I'm gonna know what you made of by how you come back. That's what's going to determine how I feel about you. That's what determines how I feel about every fighter. I make my determination based on their heart. I make my determination based on the way they carry themselves, time and time and time again. I don't base myself off of just an inconsistency, because what I look at this shit like is, I've taken L's before. Did I motherfucking sit back and think of every motherfucking reason why I took the L? Did I sit in my room and motherfucking head burning my mind the day I got my ass whooped, spitting out blood out my mouth and shit like that? What the fuck happened? Yeah, it's normal. It's fucking normal. This is the fight game. You niggas come with a better game plan. Because to be perfectly honest, from what I saw in the Jason Velez fight and shit like that, I didn't think it was enough time for him to make the type of adjustments and the type of scrappy fighter he is or whatever. I didn't think that he was going to make, even the adjustments that he made wasn't even really that big. They was kind of elementary for real. They wasn't even like no major adjustments to where he was like an unstoppable foe, because I saw a lot of weaknesses in his game to where I felt like if that was me, I would jump on that nigga close range. close range, because he couldn't do nothing with him up close. And the one shot that affected him was the left hook. So when he was up close, he was taking the left hook from him. You taller, he got to bring that bitch up high. You know what I'm saying? And if you up close, it's got to come over the shoulders, and normally it's going to connect behind the head, which was what was happening when he was getting docked for connecting behind the head. That's because he was up close as a shorter fighter, so the shots was coming behind the head. So I felt as though, he should have stayed close and zapped the reach. But sometimes when your equilibrium knocked off like that, dog, you get hit with that shot. We seen AJ get hit with that shot. What that nigga legs do? The chicken noodle soup with the soda on the side? What that nigga Burchelt legs do? The chicken noodle soup with the soda on the side? The only difference is he tried to Tim Bradley that shit. He tried to Tim Bradley, Ruslan Provodnikov that shit. He tried to walk that shit out, and then he never tried to clinch him. He tried to fight his way up out of it. The only way he know how to do it, rapid fire spitting. So I give him all the respect in the world for his heart. And I would never be down on him for taking the loss. But when you get your ass whooped, you know what I'm saying? You a product of getting your ass whooped, and people going to talk about you in the way that you got your ass whooped. And yeah, he got his ass whooped. He got his ass whooped. He got his ass up too. I don't know who got their ass whooped worse, him or my pockets. Shit. I'm fucking perplexed. Man, this is a melancholy evening. I would say I need to find God, but I've been found him. So what the fuck can I look for? Maybe I need to eat. No, that would be real fucking gay of me. What can I do to make myself fucking forget about this money I lost? No, not drugs. Don't want no drugs. Don't want no alcohol. I want to watch that fight again. I'm going to watch the replay. Why y'all keep deleting this nigga Ricardo Martinez shit? What's wrong with this dude? 10% crew, what it do? We took a hard L tonight, doggy. Go ahead, lay it on me. Pause. Lay it on me, y'all. I told y'all, I'm a real one. I'm here. This nigga just said what I'm gonna do when Wilder clean out the heavyweight division. My nigga, please. If that fucking ever happened, I really would kill my channel. And I would never see none of y'all motherfucking nut ass niggas again. On God. I would never talk to none of you motherfuckers again. I mean that shit. I repeat, I am not going to stand for that type of behavior. Never in life. There are certain fucking things that they're heavyweight, man. Fucking Wilder wouldn't get past fucking big baby Jared Anderson, man. Please. Shit. We ain't going that far. Y'all motherfuckers are taking this loss to a whole nother level because y'all know that's my man. Y'all just want to rub that shit in. Wax on, wax off, Mr. Miyagi. Well, guess what? All of y'all can kiss ass and suck booty. Remy. But that's what I'm saying, dog. And even you wasn't standing from the stance where I was standing from, where, you know what I mean, where my predictions were. You was way far from my predictions. You even said something about a decision. So I'm just saying, what I saw tonight, nobody's gonna sit up here and tell me, because once again, I want to make this very clear. I'm taking nothing, absolutely nothing away from the performance. The little 126-pound Mexican motherfucking cartel fucking Clinbo dealer did his motherfucking thing, man. He did his thing. The nigga did his thing. When he smacked him with that last bop, that's what hurt me, dog, because I thought this nigga was really like all the way fucked up for real. Like, that shit was bothering me, the way he was laying on the floor. Like, that shit bothered me. I ain't gonna lie. It would bother me to see anybody laying on the floor like that. That shit bothered me. You know what I mean? But I'm like, it's perplexing, man. It's really, you know what I mean? And Mark can't rub shit in either. Mark thought he was going to punish him. All y'all thought he was going to punish him. We all thought he was going to punish him. The only ones that didn't think that he was going to punish him picked the decision. Wasn't like niggas was saying Oscar Valdez was going to go out here and knock this dude out. I'm not, see, that's what I'm saying. People not being honest. So while people is like relishing in what they believe to be my pain, I'm analyzing because in the law of averages, because you got to factor in mathematics here. The math was so far off, it made no sense. I didn't hear the pop from his fucking punches. It's like they were all pulled. I didn't see him go to the body once. That's what he does, dog. That's what he does. And that's what I figured the slippery shit that he was going to do and the Reynoso switch footing and the train of thought that Reynoso was putting him in, because I already knew what time it was. What's the one thing that don't move? The body. He's chasing the head. That's not in his tendencies as a fighter. I'm looking at the tendencies at the fighter and they not adding up. Like, and when you do it so much, that's the thing about a tendency. A tendency is something that you do pretty frequently. It's something that people are used to of you. That's what they expect you to do. That's what you usually do. That's why they're your tendencies. I didn't see that. So for me, being the fan that I am, being the boxing mind that I am, and the train of thought that I'm in, it's no different than when I'm like, okay, when I watch Anthony Joshua get washed, I'm like, all right, I see the adjustments that could be made very quickly. I see for real, when you touched him, he couldn't handle your punches. Because we can't act like Valdez, even though he went in there and pitched a shutout, he didn't pitch a shutout though. So let's not do that. We're not going to do that. He pitched a shutout, but he didn't pitch a shutout. And my very oxymoronish way of saying it, there were some things that he did not. There were a lot of things that fucking Oscar Valdez did wrong as well. But the thing was, he had him where he wanted. He saw blood. He already had him bloody. He already had this nigga he already had him wounded bad. It's just, this nigga, man, I saw so many points where he could have jumped on this nigga too, man. Like, I'm screaming at the TV, dog. Like, I wish I had like some X-Men powers and shit, dog. Like, I wish I was like Lil Reed, like Lil Franklin Richards and shit, where I could just be like, you motherfucker, what is you doing? Close the range. Make that motherfucker with a shot's gotta come straight up. That way, when you win that bitch, you gotta boom. You gotta send the uppercut. Send it to his gut. Send it to his head. Send one to his gut. Send the hook. You could have closed the distance because you had a height. You could have fucking changed the trajectory of his shots and took the sting off of him when you were feeling them. Like, what the fuck was the coaching doing? Like, man, that motherfucker, oh my God, he did a stanky leg, man, that temple shot. And we just watched Gabriel Flores hit Jason Velez with damn near the same shot right before that. And you seen when Jason Velez got hit with Gabriel Flores shot, that joint barely nicked him in the temple. That nigga whole legs went chicken noodle soup. So a temple shot is a temple shot, man. This is the fight game, baby. This is what comes with it. And that's what makes it a beautiful sport, because even in all of, you know what I'm saying, it's chaos and shit like that. It's like, damn, it was a very great night of boxing. It was a great night of boxing. Everybody that tuned in got everything that they were asking for. They got everything that they were asking for. Now, mind you, I'm gonna ride with my nigga, and I'm still riding with my nigga because I see where he gonna come back and make the adjustments and motherfucking knock this nigga block off. Where ain't nobody gonna see it until he do it. Just like people, you know what I'm saying, like just like how motherfuckers always do when shit like this goes down. You know what I'm saying? It's only natural for motherfuckers to like want to be like, I told you so. It's only natural for people want to try to rub shit in my face like I'm perfect, like I'm a psychic or some shit like that. Like, I'm gonna get shit wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it is. You know, and see, it's funny to me how people take situations that they see and shit like that, and they try to transition a game plan to every other individual that they see. Like, that's not the case. That's not the case. I'm not that disconnected from reality. I bet $500 Anthony Joshua knocks that nigga out in 3 rounds. I ain't even gonna say 3 rounds no more, man. I'm not. I'm done. I'm done with 3 rounds tonight. But Anthony Joshua knocks that nigga out early. Deontay Wilder. You saw what happened to Deontay Wilder when he met Tyson Fury on the front foot, dog. Don't act like Deontay Wilder's some great fucking fighter. Deontay Wilder doesn't have not a lick of technical ability. He don't have not a lick of technical ability. That's one thing where we can say, you know what I'm saying, where Deontay Wilder got his ass whooping was completely a fish out of water. You know what I'm saying? Miguel Burchell, you know, he even tried to make, you know what I mean, adjustments, and, you know, his equilibrium was shot. Deontay Wilder equilibrium wasn't shot or nothing. He was all there. That nigga got his noodles knocked at least 3 times a night in the fucking temple, and a mixture and some shots behind the head. And I'm not saying that, you know, the shots behind the head are the reason why he won. I'm just saying he definitely got hit in the head, quite in the back of the head, quite a few fucking times. But all I'm saying is, like, when he goes back, when he gets his shit together, because it's a devastating loss, and the only difference is he's lost before, and that's the shit that propelled him to go 33 and fucking, that's the shit that propelled him to go 37-1 from fucking getting clipped and getting knocked out in similar fashion. So it's not like Miguel Burchell hasn't been there before. You know what I'm saying? When you all the way at the top, you know what I'm saying? The fall is fucking long and it's fucking hard, man. But I'm here to tell you, Miguel. I'm here to tell you. Pick your motherfucking self back up. I hope you fucking put some insurance in yourself, and put the rematch clause in your contract. And you know what I mean? But you, nigga, you was hella cocky. So you got everything that you was asking for. But at the end of the day, what are you gonna do? What are you going to do to get better? What are you going to do to make adjustments and shit like that? And what are you going to do to fucking come back and pick yourself back up? But firstly, you need to go in fucking concussion protocol. You need to take care of yourself. Spend some time with your family for at least motherfucking 8 months. At least 8 months. I don't even want to see that nigga in the ring for 8 months. I might not even want to see that nigga in the ring for at least till the end of the year if he got a rematch clause before he even jump back into it. I don't want to see him go right back into it. I want to see him take care of his self over anything, because one thing that you can't do, one thing that you can never do, is you can't play boxing, man. You can't play boxing. I'm so sad for him too, dog. I really wanted to see him motherfucking go. I really wanted to see him break or tie Julio Cesar Chavez's record, because unlike Deontay Wilder, he wasn't no fluke, dog. Like, Miguel the real deal. And I ain't gonna take that away from him. The nigga still the real deal. Motherfuckers gotta understand, man. Like Oscar Valdez ain't no sucker. And I never was, and I don't want people to look at it like I thought Oscar Valdez was a sucker. That wasn't it. I just know what I'm used to. I know what I'm used to, and I know what I'm used to seeing him in the ring against. And I've seen him in the ring against better opponents than Oscar Valdez and do him way dirtier than Oscar Valdez. Now, fucking Oscar Valdez goes out and fight fucking Raul Murata or something like that, and he gets beat by him trying to unify or something, then what motherfuckers gonna say? You know what I mean? So, like I said, man, it's just an off night at the office, man. It's an off night at the office. And it's more devastating for me than anything, because I lost $500. That's really where, you know what I'm saying, my mind at. When you lose that type, I don't give a fuck who you are, dog. I'm a civilian. When you lose 500 motherfucking dollars, dog, that shit gonna motherfucking hit you in your, that shit gonna hit you in your motherfucking noggin. That shit gonna hit you in your noggin, you feel me? We're gonna go dark for a second. I'm not walking all the way upstairs. I'm gonna get underneath my street light, though. That shit hit me in my noggin, man. Alright, you motherfuckers. That's what I'm saying, Jed. See why niggas is talking all of that nut ass shit to me and everything else, like they rubbing it in or something like that. No, I don't feel like this the end of my fucking life or nothing like that. Come on, man, it's a fight. This is what I signed up for. Like, dog, do you know, motherfucking, when Anthony Joshua fell to Fat Boy, that shit, like, when he was on the cusp of motherfucking, like, everything happening for him, you know that shit hurt motherfucking, I got neighbors. You know that shit hurt way motherfucking worse. That shit hurt way worse than this shit. Because I wanted to see some shit change. Like, I wanted to see Anthony Joshua go for that undisputed thing. He got slowed down. He came back. Like, look, a lot of these niggas ain't gonna be sitting here and taking this shit. I take the punishment. I take the punishment. I credited Eddie Reynoso. I credit him to the fullest. They put together a game plan. They did what they had to do. The boy, and I said that. I said, you know, Oscar Valdez came out that joint. You know what I'm saying? I was see because for real, like for the first round, I was waiting. I was like, okay. I was like, he got to figure out that fucking jab. I was like, this nigga getting stuck in the face like he motherfucking Daniel Dubois right now. He getting stuck in the face like he Daniel Dubois right now. Duh. Duh. Like, look, I ain't in the mood for nobody to come in here and talk no retarded shit. That go for you too, DT3. No shit. But at the end of the day, when people say skills pay the bills, you cannot sit up there and watch that fight and sit up there and say skills paid the bills tonight, because there was a lot of deficiencies. Regardless of whether he won that fight or not, there still were deficiencies. Let's not fucking lose our noggins here and act like this motherfucker did everything perfect, because he didn't. If you look at it in the realm of he won the fight, he knocked that motherfucker out, he knocked him off, okay, you want to call that perfect, you can call it perfect. But let's call a temple shot what a temple shot is, man. Let's call a temple shot what a temple shot is. He caught two of them bitches. He caught two of them bitches. And when you catch one and you try to fight motherfucking through it, you're going to look just like Anthony Joshua did all the way up until the 7th round. Right or wrong? Right or wrong? Let's not forget that. Man, like, oh, for sure, man. Not in a million years you could have told me, nobody, look, man, I don't give a fuck what nobody say. And all of the smartest boxing minds will tell you the same thing, because I was on niggas' channels today. I was on niggas' channels today. And not even the smartest boxing minds will tell you that they had this motherfucker going in there and doing what he did, because nobody did. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. And the ones who did, like I said, they was on some decision shit. So all I'm saying is this: nobody foresaw what was coming tonight. Nobody did. So that's what makes it even more shocking, because for all of the things that I'm used to out of this individual, and for how he's always played the game, it seemed like there was a glitch in the matrix. And that glitch in the matrix was that temple shot. That glitch in the matrix with that temple shot. I don't make no excuses for nobody. I give niggas they roses, man. This nigga stupid. He said my attorneys will be in contact. Like I said, man, nothing more than a bad night at the office, bro. And if I was to look, we put these niggas in a bubblegum machine. Out of a fucking 100 times, man. Motherfucking 99 times, man, I'm gonna draw fucking Miguel Burchell up out of that shit. This is the fight game. Shit happens, you come back and make adjustments. I didn't like hit. It was like this. It was like this. His hands was never high. His hands was never really high for real. And it was kind of he was in front with it, and he didn't shift the shoulders enough for me. He didn't shift the shoulders enough for me, and then he didn't use the reach. If you were going to stay mid-range, you're supposed to pop your jab. You're supposed to pop your jab. You don't exist with the reach. You don't exist with the reach to live here. You don't exist with the reach to live here with the high guard and shift and constantly shift with it while he's probing you with the jab and sticking you with a stiff one too, because as soon as he came out in the first round, this nigga was loading up with the right. As soon as he loaded up with the right, as soon as he loaded up with the hook, I said, okay, he ain't pick up on it that time. He's going to pick up on it the next time. He's going to close the distance. He's going to take his reach from him and shit, and then he's going to have to make him motherfucking climb the ladder with his shots. He didn't. You can't be mid-range and not meet a motherfucker with the jab, man. You can't be mid-range and not pop your jab. Once again, you cannot be mid-range and not pop your jab. Strike number one. Strike number two. When you realize you're losing the jab battle to the quicks and you're not fucking timing it with your jab, you're not timing it with your jab too, you need to close the fucking distance. Number three, when you got him trapped in the ropes and he's fucking trying to fucking escape, you need to angle and close him off. You need to angle and close him off. And if he escapes out again, check his tendencies when he's fucking trying to escape out. Which way is he escaping out? How is he escaping out? Is he escaping high? Is he escaping low? But regardless, you notice he was doing a lot of it. Like, yo, what was this? He was doing this. Like, he was doing, like, yo, tell me that's not food. Tell me that's not food. Anybody who's ever boxed before, you can't tell me that that's not food. That's food right there. That's what you live for. You live for a person to be. You and look, and even when, and look, man, yo, man. I know, motherfucker. I know y'all enjoying this shit or whatever because that's my man or whatever. And if that's what y'all like to do, cool. I ain't taking nothing away from niggas' pettiness. I'm not taking nothing away from niggas' pettiness. But at the end of the day, I didn't take nothing away from Oscar Valdez when I made that video. I highlighted both of them individuals, but what type of nigga would I be if I sat up there and I act like I wasn't fucking picking this nigga the motherfucker and smoke this nigga boots the whole time? I'm gonna live with my fucking prediction. I'm gonna ride and die with that. I'm gonna ride and die with my pick. And I'm still riding down with my pick. And once again, if they do it again, I'm still picking this nigga. Because the way this nigga was bending over and the shit he was doing, I'm used to seeing Miguel Burchelt go like this. Boom, 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 send the hooks, make him come up, put his hands in his pocket, meet him upstairs. When he caught that nigga with that flush right hand, that nigga whole eyes opened up like, oh shit, that's what it feel like. Let me get on my bicycle a little bit. He got on his bicycle for quite some time, even when he was ahead of the curve in a lot of areas, you know. So for me, as a person on the outside looking in, I'm still looking at my fighter like, yo, an extremely horrible night at the office, bruh. I ain't gonna talk to you about it right now. I ain't gonna talk to you about it next week. Hell, fuck, I might not even talk to you about it next month. But when I talk to you about it, I'm gonna play the tape. I'm gonna let you see all of the things this motherfucker did wrong, and we gonna make him pay. We're gonna make him pay. Because I saw a lot of ways that he could have made him pay. Yeah, man, Raid, I'm with you, dog. He got caught with a motherfucking hell of a temple shot. H Money Supreme, salute my G. What's goody with you, man? What's goody with you, man? Look, man, like I said, chicken noodle soup with the soda on the side. He got caught with the left hooks, and motherfucker, his legs went on a ride. That nigga legs. Man, I'm not gonna make fun of this nigga, man. I'm not. That nigga's a warrior, man. He's a warrior. Ain't no quitting his blood. Ain't no quitting his blood. That nigga wanted to fight that shit out, man. That nigga did what a champion's supposed to do, through and through. Win or loss, and he conducted himself like a champion at the end of the day. And the only person that's going to know what's wrong with Miguel Burchelt is Miguel Burchelt. And a fighter like that, you know what I'm saying, he'll never let you guys try to heal what he's never going to reveal. He'll never let me try to heal what he's never going to reveal. And I don't expect him to, because he a man. So he knows what he did and he didn't do. And he gonna jump on that shit. He gonna jump on that shit. But at the end of the day, man, yeah, he let us down, dog. He let us down, man. But you know how this fight game go, H Money. When you get hit on that motherfucking, when you get hit on that goddamn temple, your motherfucking legs go, sometimes your legs go wobble, 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 wobble. And who does Wilder fight on his comeback? COVID-19. D-Town Blaster, Fah Fah. Yeah, he got knocked out. He got knocked out. He be back though. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm getting all of this flack from all of y'all suckers, man. For all of the suckers that's giving me flack right now. The ones that's not, you know what I'm saying, that you're not a sucker. And I'm getting all this flack from all y'all sucker motherfuckers, but y'all motherfuckers pick Burchell too. Y'all niggas is stupid, man. That's what I'm saying, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? At least, chain with the ice, though. At least you keeping it, G. You know what I'm saying? At least you keeping it, G. Nigga got caught with the wobble, 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 man. Like, look, man. Fuck, man. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm sorry, yo. But you can say I'm making excuses or whatever, but you don't go from 81 punches to 11 and motherfucking you don't have a question mark. You know what I'm saying? You don't go from 81 to 11 and don't have a question mark. Like I said, he might have got stifled from the speed in the beginning, but you know the temple shot definitely was, the temple shot was the rude awakening of what I thought was going to be a long night. Go check what I wrote on Twitter. When he got shot, from the whole time, I was typing the whole fucking time, 1,000 miles a minute. 1,000 miles a minute I was typing. I was typing 1,000 miles a minute. And the whole time I was typing, I was like, yo, it's over. I said that shit was over in the 5th round. And then when he started turning up, I started rooting like, come on, let's get this shit back. Let's get this shit back. Let's knock this motherfucker out. Just go for it. At this point, we got nothing to lose. Hey, man, too many temple shots, man. You can't think like that. You can't think when you get caught like that. Because you was the only nigga that was crazy enough to pick fucking Anthony Yard. Like, come on, Boom. Let's be serious here. You was the only nigga to pick Anthony Yard in that situation with Sergey Kovalev when the whole world was picking Sergey Kovalev, knowing that boy was too unexperienced. This is a situation where we looking at a fighter that going up against another fighter who doesn't have a sound defensive prowess. And tonight, he didn't have a sound defensive prowess. Miguel Burchell let him stay mid-range and didn't shoot a jab. It was like I said, man, it was a lot of things wrong, but then like I said, I'm not going to sit up here and point out all the deficiencies in Oscar Valdez's game, because every time I say something, dumb motherfuckers on this bitch talking about something, I'm making excuses for the nigga because I like a fighter. That don't mean I don't like Oscar Valdez. I like Oscar Valdez too. I just thought when it come down to the two, Miguel Burchell is a superior fighter. Isn't that what you do when you pick a motherfucking fighter to win or fucking lose? I mean, I swear, motherfucking boxing fans is the weirdest motherfuckers in the world sometimes, dog. It's like if a nigga lose, niggas act like I'm the one who got my ass whooped or something like that. Once again, my pockets got beat on. So my whole temperament is completely different. Y'all niggas didn't lose $500. I did. You know what I mean? So that's where the fuck I'm like, damn. When you lose 500, when you lose in the dice game, nigga, you still figuring out why the dice didn't roll 7 or 11. You figuring out why it was the one time you was up, you bet all in, and then you just happened to roll an AC Doocy. Tell me I'm lying. It's different when you put money on the wood. This ain't $20, dog. This ain't $20. I lost five of them bitches, man. I lost five of them bitches. You know what I mean? And that's cool. You know what I'm saying? You talking to a person who's a Buccaneers fan. Do you know how long I've been getting my ass whooped the entirety of my life before I could sit up here and do this? I've been doing this shit for years, and I've been getting called the Succaneers. I've been getting called, why the fuck is you even a fucking fan of that fucking team? Who the fuck falls in love with a Buccaneer? The Buccaneers, if you don't live in Clearwater, like, this is nothing new to me. Like, I'm the king of the underdogs. But see, there's a difference between a nigga who's an underdog and a nigga who just don't stand a chance. That nigga, in my eyes, did not stand a snowball's chance in fucking hell. Period. He didn't stand a snowball's chance in hell. And when it come back, like I said, Does anybody know if there's a rematch clause? Did they say anything after that? Because I cut that shit off, man, as soon as I realized that nigga was on the fucking ground. After I made sure that nigga was okay and shit like that, and this bitch ass nigga Tiafimo running through the motherfucking joint with his broke ass. Niggas already know I don't fuck with them niggas. Y'all already know I don't fuck with them niggas. That shit pissed me off more than anything. Like this nigga running all through the joint and shit like that, like you Oscar Valdez best friend and shit like that, you fucking bitch. I just ain't like the way certain niggas was acting while that nigga was on the ground, man. That shit wasn't cool with me. I wasn't giving a fuck about my motherfucking, like, I'm like, damn, you know what I'm saying? I lost bread or whatever, but you know what I mean? Like, I wasn't thinking about my motherfucking money until that nigga motherfucking, I realized he sat up on that stool and Oscar Valdez gave him a hug, dog. But at the end of the day, that's a tough little son bitch, man. It's a tough little son bitch with a wicked little left hook, man. Well, your left hook, really, I don't even think, this is the thing, I really don't even think that he really punches that hard. We know that's his best shot, but to take everything into consideration and all the adversity he faced, I don't think that it's necessarily that he punches that hard. He got hit with a perfect punch, man. Andy Ruiz does not have crazy punch power. Anthony Joshua got hit with the perfect punch, man. You know what I'm saying? We watch fucking Jason Velez, who don't have half the fucking heart, who don't have half the heart Miguel Burchell has. He got clipped on, he got nicked on his temple. That nigga legs went chicken noodle soup with the soda on the side. He went Campbell soup theory on niggas. So what I'm saying is, if Jason Velez can get dropped by 3 times by Oscar Valdez and shit like that, and still have his motoring skills, like, you get caught on that temple, dog, that's a whole nother animal, man. A whole nother animal, dog. A whole nother animal. Once again, I'm not going to sit up here and say he fought beautifully, because I'm not. There were hella areas of deficiency where like a nigga who would have had faculties would have been able to take advantage of that. A person who had faculties would have been able to take advantage of that. But do I take something away from a loss, his win? Absolutely not. He did everything he was supposed to do. Salute that nigga. You know what I'm saying? Salute him. Like, because if it come down to it, and this whole Eddie Reynoso motherfucking Eddie Reynoso gave this nigga great defense, he didn't have the greatest defense tonight. He didn't do anything spectacular. His head wasn't really shifting and moving off of the line like that. He really put himself in the line of fire a lot. Nobody fucking defends themselves with they fucking hit like they sucking their own dick. I'm sorry. Not in boxing. Not in boxing. You don't put yourself in a position where you can't see the shot. You can't tell me when your face is facing the floor, you see what's coming at you. You don't. You just don't. It's just different. Like, it's just different, man. And you know, like I said, man, you get caught in that area. You get caught in that area, man. We watched two people suffer from that same shot, and it was devastating, man. It was devastating for the both of them. But it was an amazing night of boxing. It's something that I definitely want to watch again. It's something that I definitely want to see again. It's something that I want to assess wholeheartedly and truly again. It's something that I really want to, it's just something that I really got to look at. D Bravo salute. I honestly think Valdez hits a little harder than Shakur. Well, Shakur isn't necessarily the hardest. Shakur isn't the hardest puncher. Shakur is more of a finesse boxer. Shakur is the perfect embodiment of what him and Devin Haney are like pretty much like the same exact fighter. It's like, shoot. See, but like Josh Kelly, I think we expected that, because Josh Kelly, he has a tendency to play with his food. So what Josh Kelly went through, he deserved to go through what he went through, because he likes to play with his food. So when you do things of that nature, you put yourself in that situation. Josh Kelly put himself in a position where he got beat up and bloodied up and all of that stuff like that. Like Josh Kelly, like simply, he going out that joint, you Philly shelling with no escape. You running around in the Philly shell and you don't have no escape for anything that you doing. That didn't I couldn't register what Josh Kelly was doing in there other than showing off too much once again on his PBK. On his PBK as usual. Yeah, Shakur measures distance very well. Shakur, look, it's the thing, man. Nobody's gonna fight you and live mid range, and they're not gonna stick the jab. Like, how many times do we emphasize? How many times do we emphasize on the 71-inch reach? How many times do we do that? We did that plenty of times. We emphasized on the 71-inch reach. There were several times we talked about it. This man had over 5 inches of reach on this dude. 5 inches. 5 inches and didn't use it. 5 inches of reach and didn't use it at all. How do you make sense of any of that? It doesn't make any sense. Lord. But yeah, man, it's like, but see, y'all can't tell me when y'all watch Josh Kelly, y'all watch what happened to Josh Kelly and all of that. Y'all can't tell me that y'all ain't expect that, like y'all wasn't cool with that taking place. You can't, y'all can't tell me that. Everybody was looking at Josh Kelly like, yup, here it is. The new Ray Robinson all over again. There you go. Josh Kelly and y'all make the same mistakes. They're not. Same mistakes. They're there to look good. That's what I'm saying. Josh Kelly gets in there and he postures. You play with a dude and see, how is Avanesian and Josh Kelly, we can both sit here and admit that Avanesian doesn't put combinations together as good as Miguel Burchell. Avanesian doesn't punch as well as Miguel Burchell. Avanesian showed grit. He focused on the body and he stayed on the attack. Every time that dude tried to escape, he put him in a trap. Where if you take the type of defensive prowess that Josh Taylor has, Oscar Valdez didn't have that tonight, and Miguel Burchell didn't give him any of that. That's what I'm saying. You doing too much styling. You was in there playing. You was in there playing with your food, and you got beat up. And I don't feel not one bit of bad for you. And then Eddie Hearn sitting there trying to make excuses for him, talking about he young. Well, Eddie Hearn, let's be serious here. You and Adam Booth need to stop living in denial. Because truth be told, here's the deal. He earned that. Josh Kelly earned that butt whooping. With every ounce of him he did. I'm about to be, sweetie. I'm about to be. About to be when I smoke this cigarette. Carol, whoever that is, what's up? Josh Kelly's an idiot. You went in there with the new Ray Robinson and you got a draw. You were supposed to come out here tonight and make a statement against Avanesian so you could put yourself in a position to fight for an interim title, or position yourself to where you could eventually fight for a world title and make a statement. But you made the wrong statement. You went out there and showed you got your ass whooped. He got all the capabilities. He should have been in that position. Oh, what's up, nephew? Josh Kelly Plant 2.0. Well, I can't even say that he Caleb Plant 2.0 because Caleb Plant ain't never looked like that before. At least Caleb Plant and all of his stupidity, he make himself look good in some form or fashion. You know what I'm saying? With the dudes that he, you know what I'm saying? Like, so, I've never seen a person waste their talent the way he wastes his talent. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me y'all ain't never seen a person. Tell me y'all ain't never seen a person like Josh Kelly waste his talent like that. Well, I mean, to be perfectly honest, nephew, the Xbox better than the PS5. Yeah, playing at least got a belt. Josh Kelly ain't even he didn't even get proper footing in his career. He threw himself off the ship before that joint even got sailing. No, I want to see it again. Okay, I'm gonna put it like this: when you get your ass whooped like that, and you don't have a rematch clause, no, you shouldn't have to see it again. Because I mean, what is there really to see other than the other individual making his excuses on why he lost or why he feels as though he should be in the ring with you and the other fighter saying, dog, I smoked the shit out you. I left you on the joint stretched out on the cross, my G. There's nothing we could do. There's nothing else I got to prove here. But if you got the rematch clause, yeah, I want to see it again because you a champion. You know what I mean? You put yourself in a position where you secured a way to go back and get your belt. But if you ain't do that, then no, we don't need to see it again. All right, good night, nephew. So what's next for Valdez and Burchell? Man, do y'all know if there's a rematch clause or not? Because once again, I cut out once I realized, you know what I'm saying, he was up on his feet. So y'all gotta tell me if y'all know if it's a rematch clause or not. Is it a rematch clause? Y'all know? Because if it's a rematch clause, I'm telling you, I want to see it again because I know he can win it. I know he can win it. Ain't no doubt in my mind he can win it. Ain't no doubt in my mind he can win it because the adjustments he need to make are that easy, y'all. They are that fucking easy. Like the adjustments he need to make are not fucking like he dealt with some fucking type of defensive phenomenon that he cannot figure out. Like it's some type of fucking Rubik's cube, and this nigga's a fucking and this nigga's like got the brain of a fucking shark or something like that. Like it wasn't like he was dealing with the Edward Snowden of defense. I believe that Burchell just needs a good 8 to 10 months, 8 to 10 months, concussion protocol, um, some sound neurological investigation on himself to make sure that he's okay, make sure that his motoring skills, his faculties is all good, make sure there ain't no slur in his tone and nothing like that. So he ain't like prone to CTE or nothing like that, to where it's nothing that's going to affect him and his family in the future. And if those things are all right, and we see Miguel Burchell snap back. He always stays, you know what I'm saying, pretty close to the weight he needs to so it doesn't make the weight cut too hard on himself. So I believe that he can go out there and make all the proper adjustments, but at the same time, you know what I'm saying, now this dude hella confident. A beating like that is never good too, but we gotta understand too, we live in a fucking different era where, you know what I'm saying, fighters are a lot more coddled. Like think of the punishment that Tommy Hitman Hearns put himself through all the way up until he was damn near 40 years old, man. This man was fighting he was fighting freaking Iran Barkley when he ain't had no reason to be in there for an NABF title, man. Going through that type of punishment for 12 rounds, exchanging on some crunk shit. But the difference between Tommy Hitman Hearns is that motherfucker was using his jab in mid range. Didn't even throw a jab. Like I said, man, there are adjustments that can be made. Hold on, give me a second. I broke my shit. Like I said, man, there are adjustments that can be made, and if he make them shits, If he make them shits, man, my nigga gonna be a champion again. He gonna be a world champion again. Mark my words. If he make them shits, I'm telling y'all, if he make them shits, he gonna be a world champion again. Mark my words. Mark my words. I'm stamping that shit. And I'm standing behind it. Because like I said, I didn't see the most flawless performance that everybody saw tonight. What y'all saw tonight was an ass whooping. Y'all didn't see a flawless performance. Y'all saw somebody that got caught on their fucking temple. I feel like the adjustments would have been a lot different. He didn't get caught on his temple. You feel me? Yeah, man. And that's why Tommy Hearns go through what Tommy Hearns go through. But from the womb to the tomb, I'm riding with him, dog. From the womb to the tomb, I'm riding with him. And it ain't about favoritism or nothing. It's about what I see in him as a fighter. And just because you see something go wrong in a fighter in one night don't mean you just automatically switch up on him. That's not what it means. Because once again, I think he can beat that dude, man. And I'm willing to put my money up again on it. I'm willing to put my money up again on it to be right or be wrong and go through this experience again. And if it's fucking and if I'm hell of a trilogy, then we got something that's legendary. Because to be perfectly honest, we all admitted that this was going to be a good fight tonight, no matter how many rounds it was going to be, whether it was going to be 3 rounds or whether it was going to be 6. You know what I'm saying? We all agree it was going to be a good fight tonight. We just couldn't have fathomed it happening like this. But that's the beauty of boxing, man. When shit happens like that, you know what I mean? It's like, damn, bro, when you think you know the game, when you think you know the game and shit, and everybody that think they specialists, man, we ain't really motherfucking specialists, man. We fans first, man. We fans first. I went with my gut instinct. I went with what I went. I didn't pick off a fan. I based my pick based off of the skill the nigga had, man. And he had a lot of them. It's so much ice out this joint. All of the trees is covered in ice. You can hear that shit cracking in the background. Like we had an ice storm down this joint. All right, Sergio, be easy, homie. But fuck that nigga Josh Taylor though. Forget Josh Taylor. Everything he got, he deserved it. Everything he got, he deserved it. All my life, he deserved everything he got. So guess what? Even though Miguel Berchelt lost, I make myself feel better by losing this money somehow, man. I gotta make myself feel better by losing this money somehow, man. And I don't think a blunt gonna do it. Shit. A blunt, a girl. Only thing gonna make me feel better about losing this money is with a different bet. Oh shit. And if that fat sloppy motherfucker think, you know what I'm saying, missed 2 hands is the best thing he could come up with saying he got something for me, man, I would like to see what this fool got for me. Cause guess what? I'm gonna chop his ass up. I'm gonna chop his whole ass up. Josh Taylor got his ass whooped. You ain't know? You ain't know? Oh, you got it. You got like low, yo. You got to love it. You got to love it because all of the areas where Burchell said he was gonna sting him, he was gonna knock him out, he was gonna do this, he was gonna do that. He went in there, and he knocked you out. He beyond knocked you out. He put you to sleep. He put you to sleep with that Richard Comey shot. He got hit with that Teofimo Richard Comey shot in the 10th. Doing. That nigga Eddie Hearn was so motherfucking sick when Josh Taylor lost tonight, man. I know Eddie be cussing these niggas out that he believe in after they lose, low key. They lose like that. It's like, man, cause Josh Kelly the type of person, you want to cuss out. Because there is no way he should ever be in the positions that he's in. Josh Kelly, the type of person you should cuss out, because once again, there's no reason why Josh Kelly was in the position he's in. And then when you ask yourself, a person with all of that talent that puts himself in that position time and time and time and time and time again, how much motherfucking how much sugarcoating could you do for that? How much sugarcoating could you do for that dude? How much respect could you show for something like that? But what I saw Avanesian do tonight is what I felt Miguel Burchell should have did tonight. Fucking watching $500 ass whoopings is exhausting. Red Solo Cup exhausting. I still think something wasn't right, man. He won't be okay if he stay with Adam Booth and all of them yes men around him, letting him run around like that, letting him get in the ring posture with his hands all wide and, you know what I'm saying, shifting and doing the dumb shit he doing, all of that posturing and weird looking cute in the ring shit, dog. If you want to look cute, go fucking model, nigga. But get rid of your coach, cause he clearly just let you run around fucking stupid. You, there wasn't no excuse for that. There wasn't no excuse for that, because the type of hand speed he had, the type of movement he had, that dude was befuddled in that joint, man. And he just chased him down till he got him. He just chased him down till he got him. But if Josh would have did what, the one thing that I love about Sugar Ray Leonard, he wasn't the biggest guy to the Fab Four. He wasn't the strongest guy to the Fast Four. But where he lacked in deficiency, he picked up with his punch output. He made sure that he punched you enough to where he softened you up and knocked you out. He used his ability and he used his speed to motherfucking crank out punch output. There wasn't even no major combinations that motherfucking like yo, Oscar Valdez was only pumping out a jab and throwing out a 1-2 here and there. It wasn't like putting no combinations together and nothing like that. Like I said, man, there ain't like, yo, can't nobody tell me they watch boxing and sit up here and honestly say they saw anything that this nigga Oscar Valdez did special tonight. Other than you could say that nigga showed grit, that nigga showed dog. The nigga, you know what I'm saying, Eddie Reynoso is good at taking what you do, making you work very well, masterfully in your deficiencies. Eddie Reynoso had him working massively in his deficiencies, and the difference between that is when you got a coach, you know what I'm saying, when you got a coach that you respect, when you go to another coach and he's coaching, you know what I'm saying, like the number one who's considered the number one pound for pound fighter around the world, you gonna follow suit and you gonna listen and you gonna understand the game plan. I think that, you know what I'm saying, well, maybe what goes on with Miguel Burchell, they so used to him just steamrolling good competition and shit like that these motherfuckers just thought that, you know what I'm saying, he gonna go out here and he gonna steamroll this boy too. But why didn't you prep him? What? I don't know. I don't know. I wouldn't have went about it like that though. If I was training him, I wouldn't have went about it like that. Put that nigga in a Calvin Klein magazine and tell him to hang up his fucking boxing gloves. I don't even want to see his ass again. I'm done. I'm done with that nigga jerking me. He ain't jerking me no more. Josh Kelly ain't jerking me no more. Ain't even jerking my emotions or nothing like that. I mean, just jerking me as far as how he just, you know what I'm saying, squanders away his abilities. Nobody should be that fucking physically motherfucking gifted, and when it comes to boxing, and they just let it go like that. They just let it go like that. He got roughed up. Like, one thing about Sugar Ray, he might have been pretty, but he got dirty. And once again, here's another thing that I wanted to say about people saying that, Miguel Burchell might be done, he might not be the same again, etc., etc. Motherfuckers don't get their ass whooped like that in boxing, man. Motherfuckers don't get their ass whooped like that in boxing. That's probably the first ass whooping he really took in his life. He'll be all right. He will bounce back. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these dudes, I be hearing niggas fucking complain about a nigga getting a broken orbital bone, talking about they ain't never the same again and shit like that. Stupidest shit I ever heard in my life. If you only knew what motherfucking other boxers went through and shit like that before this soft ass prima donna era, y'all motherfuckers wouldn't be talking about niggas that shot all the time. Every time a nigga get hit or something like that, or every time a nigga get slept or something like that, he shot. No, that ain't how it works. Yeah, Cash would say a lot of dumb shit, but see, I can't even honestly say Cash would say a lot of dumb shit because there's a lot of dumb people that visited the channel tonight that just said a lot of stupid shit that made me want to cuss their ass all the way the fuck out because these motherfuckers was more. It was more important for people to motherfucking like, I don't know, I guess in some way feel like they getting at me than, you know what I'm saying, like owning up to their own shit. You know what I mean? Like, I guess I'm the easy target because I got the platform. But I don't care. Shit don't bother me. I didn't get my ass whooped. My pockets took a whooping. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And shit. Hell nah. That KO ain't take a few years off his life, man. Not many times, man, shit. How many niggas we done seen get knocked out with no gloves? And Drew, how many times we done seen niggas get their dick strings knocked loose and motherfucking hit their head on the motherfucking floor and them niggas walking around all right? Some of them niggas is still mathematicians. I know them niggas know how to still weigh it out on the scale pretty damn good. Shit. I can't say he got his equilibrium shot. If his equilibrium didn't get shot, who is to say that people would even be talking like this right now? That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like, I done seen so many niggas get their ass drugged in the club. I done got motherfucking monkey stomped by several niggas in the motherfucking club, in the street and everything, that had my whole head swelled out like a balloon. Drew, you know that shit. Motherfucking, you don't hit shit. I'm fucking perfectly fucking fine. Shit, my life is just fine. That nigga gonna be all right. That's the first time that nigga that's the first time he's been slept one time with a KO early in his career by a dude that wasn't supposed to beat him and shit. He got caught with the right shot. This the only time, like, dog, we just watched Gabriel Flores hit a dude with way less of a shot. That joint skimmed the top of his temple and he was just out of it. Like, sometimes when I see them shots, bro, I can't even make you. It's almost like you can't even make no sense of it. It almost makes you want to. You pay so much closer attention to, like, it makes you want to just analyze what. Well, yeah, we know up here is the sweet spot, but where is it that one point to where it's just a grazing shot, like where you see a grazing shot like that, shut the shit down, where it's like, damn, that little bit of shit. Shit, I don't get by people shook by it either. I'm not shook by it. I'm not shook by it. Even with him being a sucker for the left hook. Like I said, I saw a lot of deficiencies in fucking Valdez game tonight that, you know, Miguel Burchell should have took advantage of. But like I said, when you get cracked on your fucking temple like that, when you get your, like I said, we seen it happen to Anthony Joshua. We saw it happen to Jason Velez. We saw it happen to Miguel Burchell tonight. That temple shot to do that to you. And you know what I mean? I ain't running from shit. Half the time when I'm yelling and bitching and stuff like that, I'm bitching about my money. I lost half a band. Like, other times, you know what I'm saying? I be joking for real because I gotta make light of a situation because I'm like, damn, I don't expect my mans to go out like that. Like, yo, how many niggas got deflated when they seen Ali lose for the first time? You feel me? When you watch Ali lose for the first time, when you watch Pernell Whitaker fucking lose, or you watch fucking Mike Tyson, the biggest nigga in the world, when you knew Holyfield might have been better than him even before he even walked in the room, you know what I'm saying? When you see fucking when you know, like, Mike Tyson might not be better than Holyfield for real, but nobody even realistically going to admit it because niggas just ride for Tyson like that. I'm not even, and this is a completely different situation. I never felt like Oscar Valdez was a better fighter than him. Oscar Valdez's whole defense was his face. And even with the little bit of defensive posturing he was doing tonight, that wasn't enough. A simple body attack would have shut their whole shit up. But when you get caught in the motherfucking temple, you go chicken noodle soup on niggas. When you get caught in the temple, you go chicken noodle soup. Moral of the story: hands high. If you're going to stay at range and play with the speed, use your jab. If you know somebody proficient with the left hook, keep their hands busy. If you want to keep them from firing that bitch off, fire it at the body. Make them think twice about what they doing. Or if they too speedy for you, take the distance away and close off the gap. Because I'm telling you, if you go right back and watch the fight, you'll see when he closed off the gap every time, that's when he was starting to find success, even when he rallied back off of getting his fucking noodles knocked 2 times in the temple. He still pushed forward, closed the distance, and when he was finding the success, like I said, he even hurt the kid. That's why when I look at that fight, I'm just like, yo, if these niggas do it again, I'm telling you, give that nigga about motherfucking 6 to 8 months of watching that goddamn tape. Give him about 6 to 8 months of watching that tape. Hell no, they can't hang with Shakur. Nope. Shakur the best person at 130. There's no question about that. And even though, you know what I'm saying, I always felt Shakur was the best person at 130, but here's the deal, though. I felt like Shakur wasn't ready yet because Shakur is so young and his attitude is right now, right now, right now, right now, right now. I felt like, you know what I'm saying, from what I'm so used to seeing with Miguel Burchell, I felt like, the type of defensive person Shakur is, with the type of combination what Miguel Burchell usually throws and how he consistently not doubles and triples up on it. He throws 5, 6, 7 of them at a time. And that punch output, I feel like one of them times he gonna bob and weave, he gonna be susceptible with getting clipped with a shot. And the fact that he throws at the body so much, I feel like, I felt like that wasn't a fight that I wanted Shakur to take right away. I wanted Shakur to go for the WBO and then unify because, you know what I'm saying, then that's when I wanted to see that fight. I wanted to see it in a unification. I didn't want it to be right after that. But like I said, when it comes to boxing, the only way you're going to know is what people prepare for unless you see him in the ring. Because let's be honest here, we might even like Shakur to a certain level, but we haven't seen Shakur in there with elite competition that could really pressure him out and get in trouble, but he's calling for all of that. But one thing about Shakur Stevenson is Shakur Stevenson has a 85 to 90% counter defensive rate. He gets hit less than anybody in boxing. He's a slick boxer, but he don't hit hard to keep you up off of him. So all I'm saying is every fighter's going to go through a level of adversity. And we live in a world right now when we talk about fights and things of that nature, we talk about them in a sense of present day fantasy fights because we never get to see the fights that we want. So we never get to necessarily gauge individuals on where they really at. You're never going to know unless you put them in there. That's why that's just like with Teofimo. When everybody picked Loma, I picked Teofimo. And there's a reason for that. Wilfred Benitez. 17 years old, winning titles. You don't necessarily have to be fucking, I don't know why everybody got this thought where it's like, 30, you should be getting in a ring fighting all your competition at 30. No, you need to put a person in there early. That's why I like the Virgil Ortiz school of thought, because if you look at what the type of competition Virgil Ortiz fought, most of those dudes don't fight, the Orozcos and the Solomons of the world, the Herreras of the world, and shit like that. They don't fight these guys until, those are their notch fights. Virgil Ortiz taking them fights right now. His infancy in his game. He about to fight Maurice Hooker, and if you look at his resume already, this kid is building the most impeccable resume, starting off as such a young and in the infancy of the game, and he ferocious. But the thing about Virgil Ortiz too, you know what I'm saying? When we watch Maurice Hooker face Jose Ramirez, Maurice Hooker kind of beat himself for real, because when Maurice Hooker stayed long and he used his speed and them combinations, he was fucking Jose Ramirez up. He got caught with a motherfucking mean left straight. Sent that nigga legs wobble, 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 wobble. That don't mean Maurice Hooker is a bad fighter, but we gonna see when Virgil Ortiz fight Maurice Hooker, we're gonna see exactly what he's made of. Maurice Hooker is a former WBO champion. You know what I'm saying? He's a guy we know is tried. We know he's a guy that's tested, and this is going to be another notch underneath his belt. And then we're going to be able to see exactly what, like Virgil Ortiz is made of, in a sense, when he fights a Maurice Hooker. But then even then, after fighting a Maurice Hooker, there's another level after you fighting a Maurice Hooker that you're going to have to go up. And that level there's only one other level after that. Well, you know what I'm saying? You have the Jose Ramirez and you have the Josh Taylors of the world. I got man, for real, man, that's a 50-50 fight, man. But to be perfectly honest, I'm not picking Maurice Hooker in that fight. because Virgil Ortiz can box too. He can box and he can bang. And I just think that, you know what I'm saying? Shit, Virgil hits with a lot of fucking conviction. I've seen him in there with a lot of solid guys, man. To be as young and ferocious as he is, man, I love Boots Ennis. I think Boots Ennis got all of the goods in the world, but we got to see motherfucking Boots Ennis fight somebody more than Chris Van Heerden, man. Like, for real. It's just like everybody give Errol Spence all of these roses, and that motherfucker, for real, hasn't really proved anything other than, you know what I'm saying, that he can lose to Sean fucking, other than he can get fucking robbed by, the judges can rob Sean Porter, and he can fight a lightweight. Or catch Kell Brook coming off a loss after he just tried to go up another weight class and fight Triple G. So you're not going to be confident after a loss. So it's just like where everybody put all this stock in Errol Spence. I feel like Errol Spence got a lot of proving to do. And I like Errol Spence, but he's a shaky nigga, man. He's a shaky nigga. I don't like the way he move. That's what I'm saying. See, Osam, see, that's why I can have this conversation with you, because you being honest about what you saw in the ring. Valdez didn't do everything right. He didn't go out there and fight the perfect fight. There were a lot of things that the nigga could have took advantage of that he probably just didn't have the mentality to take advantage of at the time. And once again, I'm not used to seeing fucking Miguel Burchelt throw 11 shots. I'm not used to seeing where everybody say where they say Miguel Burchelt starts so slow. How can niggas say that when, you know what I'm saying, we just watched this nigga wash fucking Jason Sosa in like 4 rounds and he jumped on that nigga early. When I see that nigga fight, I see him jump on niggas early, but if you watch the people that Miguel Burchelt fight, he ain't fighting little dudes. He ain't fighting little guys. I just think that, you know what I'm saying, like, bad night at the office, man. Bad night at the office. Bad night at the office. And the one time that, you know what I'm saying, where we give him a lot of credit for his offense and people not being able to penetrate that, that's based off the consistent body attack, making people put their hands in their pockets and then coming upstairs. I didn't see any of that. I didn't see any of that. There were a lot of deficiencies. There were a lot of deficiencies, and there was a lot of question marks in his attack tonight. And a lot of that I put on the coaches. A lot of it I put on the temple shot and the ability to not be able to take in and retain information and just trying, because look, when you're focused on, when you wobbly and you trying to recover, the only thing that you really you can focus on in that fight is survival. You know, sometimes you can weather the storm, sometimes you can't. But if you constantly getting caught with that shot, it's just sometimes there's just some things that you just can't weather. Unfortunately, he was put in a position where it was just sometimes he just couldn't weather that. He just couldn't weather that storm. He just couldn't weather it. Just couldn't weather it. Bad night at the office. What you got to do now? What you got to do now is you got to show niggas, man, because the talking is done. The talking is done at this point. It's a hard fall. It's a very hard fall for an individual, you know what I'm saying, who lost to a little guy, man. Like, for real. There's a lot of individuals that I would put in that situation where I wouldn't see Oscar Valdez. Like, for real, dog, I take nothing away from the performance once again. And continuously, I'm gonna give him his roses. But here's the thing that I must highlight. We cannot look at that fucking fight and say Oscar Valdez is a shoe-in to beat Jamel Herring. We can't look at that fight and say Oscar Valdez is a shoe-in to beat Murata. We can't look at that fight and say Oscar Valdez is a shoe-in to beat Shakur Stevenson. We can't even say Oscar Valdez is a shoe-in to hold that belt other than anybody other than, you know what I'm saying, like necessarily a soft touch that he put in there. Because once again, I saw a lot of things that could be taken advantage of to where another fighter is not going to sit there and just not punch. Another fighter is not just going to sit there and not commit. I don't think Miguel Burchelt would sit there and not commit the second time. I really would like to see that fight again. I really would. I would like to see that fight again in the sense where it's like, okay, if he has the rematch clause. That's what I mean by I would like to see that fight again. I wouldn't want to see that fight again if you don't have a rematch clause, because you got your ass whooped and you got what you were looking for. But if you covered your ass, unlike Vasily Lomachenko, and you get in the rematch clause, you're going to activate that bitch immediately and you go back in